Universal definitely has an intense commitment to preservation and restoration of its film library. The restoration of Jaws is a tremendous responsibility.
Centennial Project is Universal Pictures' 100th anniversary. We are releasing 100 of our titles. 13 of our classic titles are being fully restored on a film level.
In the case of Jaws, this is history, culture.
What's exciting about this digital age, where we're able to restore these movies, we can bring these classic movies back to life in a way that makes them more vivid than even we remember them when we went to the cinema to see them.
The restoration of Jaws began with literally going through our records, our vault inventory, and understanding what elements were at our disposal.
Universal has always had a strong commitment to preservation, restoration, and their film heritage. In the library, in the vaults that we have here, we've got over 1 million pieces of material. Around the world, we've got over 3 million pieces of material. On Jaws, there's about 2,700 pieces of this all together. When we started on the Jaws project, we determined that luckily we were able to use the original negative, and that was our primary source.
Working with a negative is always going to get you better resolution, but passes on the element add up.
The negative of Jaws was pretty crummy. It was pretty bad.
The first thing we want to do when we have that element, we want to make sure that all the perforations are correct, we don't have any tears.
Many sections had vertical scratches running through significant portions of the film.
Come on in the water!
We felt the best result was to do a wet gate scan.
There is special liquid that would take all the scratches and basically erase them.
As the film is on the scanner, it's literally passed through this liquid bath so that those scratches are not visible to the light that's passing through that film.
With Jaws, the colorists need to have as much information to work with as possible. We're checking to make sure that the full range of the image is there. And that's really what the scanning process is about.
Once we had the digital scans, we went ahead and dealt with issues such as film movement and dirt. We have very high-end graphics and editing systems. These tools enable us to take the digital data that results from the film scan and manipulate those pixels in many different ways.
With Jaws, each damage was different. You just would have to look at it and see if you could take a frame after the damage or a frame before. Part of a good frame here, good frame there, composite it together, and digitally paint it out. You could spend 3 to 4 hours on one frame.
Chief Brody!
When you're working with an original negative, across some of the cuts, you see tremendous differences in color, brightness, contrast. Our colorists do a great job at matching all those shots.
We had a particular issue inside the cabin. Well, those windows didn't match cut to cut.
I had to balance out the view from the inside, which changed. The viewer should not be distracted because the levels of light are changing.
Nothing materially was changed about the film, but the image on a really, really good high-def TV screen looks better than the film looked when first projected in 1975.
Hey, see that? Got the creme de la creme. Right there. Mary Ellen Moffat. She broke my heart.
The audio side on Jaws, our project was to build a 7.1 upmix.
It's an iconic film. We're very sensitive to the integrity of the original mix.
At that time, it was an analog process. They recorded out 35 millimeter mag.
We're taking all that sound information and adding additional channels to it.
That process consists of taking the original dialogue, music, and effects mono tracks and realizing that we're now going to place it in a 7.1 audio codec. To do that, you're going to have to go and get backgrounds and sound effects that can get you to move left to right on the screen. Once you've got all those elements picked out, then you've got the music.
There's certainly a number of things about Jaws that are unique. A lot of that on the audio side goes back to those first 2 notes in John Williams' score. They really set the tone for the shark. Throughout the film, you don't necessarily see the shark, but you hear those notes, and so the sound really drives that film. In some places, you don't hear anything. You're underwater, and there's nothing but score. That is what lets you know that something's about to happen.
Hey, he's taking it, he's taking it, he's taking it. Hey, hey, go, 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 go.
Oh, boys, I think he's come back for his noon feeding.
The sound is better than we've ever heard it before.
Our whole intent is to be able to fulfill the audio experience in that 7.1 remix.
They put kind of a dinosaur sound when the shark is sinking at the end of the film, and you're going to hear it better. It doesn't overpower anything, it's just going to be a little more audible to the ear now.
The outputs of this process are both film and digital. We are storing high-resolution digital files as well as recording a new negative. We do both because digital files, while they are convenient to work with and they allow us a wide range of options, for an archival means, we still want a piece of film to put away.
This is our cultural heritage. It is very important to preserve the physical film, the 35mm film and the negative.
Film is a known commodity. We can put that on a shelf and store it in the proper conditions, and that thing will last 100 years plus.
It's the movie that people remember. It's just really crystal clear and very vivid.
I've quite honestly never seen this level of commitment.
We are very passionate about Jaws and using the tools that we have that allows us to get the best possible restoration.
There's something else out there. What is it? It was a shark.
Originally in the theater, you might have seen film movement as the print wore out, or you might have seen dirt as the print got dirtier. That today, with a digital file cleaned up, it looks like that on Play 1 and Play 1000.
The new Jaws is still the Jaws. It's enhanced by the HD Blu-ray experience.
People, like what they see.
It looks amazing.
This shark, swallow you whole, but I'll catch him and kill him. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
The wonderful thing about this restoration is what you get is something that, both with sight and sound, is something that I didn't even get when I made the movie.